So, Mrs. Rosine Goji, welcome in Cyprus.
Thank you.
What is the role of the US and Europe in the region's developments? And what role do you think Cyprus could play?
The United States, our new president, Donald Trump, is very, very concerned about what's going on in Europe and especially in the area. And he can play a role. The role that I think Mr. Trump will play is very different of the role that the other presidents have played. America always had a reputation of being a warmonger. Mm-hmm. Somebody that, oh, we don't even talk, we go, we bomb. It's our way or no way. Donald Trump is totally the opposite. Donald Trump is a president of peace and dialogue. Now, there is people and there is leader in the world, in Europe, like in the Middle East or all over, you cannot negotiate with those people because they think they are strong and they think they have to obey what they want to do. Donald Trump has another approach. I don't know if you notice, his first approach with North Korea was a revolution. Kim Jong was, he was going to attack the United States. He's going to have a nuclear power. What did Donald Trump do? He went and he told him, hey, little guy, just stop, back up, please, because you will deal with me. It was kind of a threat. So when Donald Trump made this threat to North Korea, the whole world said, Trump is going to start a nuclear war. We are all going to blow up.
Although we have to admit that we're a bit of confused. You know why?
You were
one day is friend, the next day is an enemy.
No, it was the contrary. It's the contrary. Kim Jong looked like an enemy to the United States. Donald Trump told him, stop. But after that, he brought the negotiation. Mm-hmm. And he went back and he brought Kim Jong on the negotiating table and we have no war, we have peace. So we have the same parallel with the Turkish president, Mr. Erdogan.
Well, allow me, I will take you there. I will ask specifically about Mr. Erdogan and also about Mr. Yang. So allow me to ask this. The US is the biggest economy and military power in the world, correct?
Not exactly. I would say maybe used to be one of the biggest.
Yes.
But you have to understand that when Donald Trump came to the presidency, the economy of the US was a disaster.
That's correct.
Okay? The military was also not that great. Okay? We had veterans that were not taken care of. We did not have any real strong military.
Yes, but that's why he said America for the Americans. Yeah?
America first.
America first.
America first.
But what's the main role of the U.S. in international political relations? And would you say that the U.S. carries out this role of a superpower?
Yes. Now, yes. As a superpower, yes. But not as a superpower to impose the will of the United States. As a superpower to try to be a tool to work for peace with other people. To respect the culture, to respect the way of living of other people, and at the same time, being friend and cooperative. We can be very cooperative with commerce, with tourism. We can do that. But we have no reason, and Donald Trump is not going to go this way, to go there and say, here we are, the United States.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that there is a clear US strategy on open issues of international law? Because the impression is that President Trump has an inconsistent policy on important issues. And it seems that his foreign policy and statements provoke reactions internally and from around the globe.
can you give me an example of provocation? Because so far...
One time he gives a hug to Kim Jong-un, and next day he makes a statement that it's a bit...
It was, I think it went for Kim Jong, it was the contrary. He never made a hug at the beginning. At the beginning, he did push him back. He said, and I still remember, I cannot quote the exact word, but he told him, young guy, stay, or no, you will deal with me.
Okay, let me give you another example. That's more familiar. One day he says to Mr. Erdogan, I will destroy you, I will destroy your economy if you
keep going,
doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Next day he says, okay, we're going to give you missiles, we're going to keep having you our greatest ally.
Just one. With Mr. Erdogan, it's a different ballgame.
Why?
Because Mr. Erdogan is somebody that is very, very stubborn, and it's very, very aggressive. This man is aggressive. So he told him, if you keep on being aggressive like that, I will destroy your economy. I will destroy your country. You will not exist anymore. Monsieur Erdogan, I think, got the message.
He got it, you think?
I think he got it, and he said, okay, I better pull back a little bit. I better...
Because he got the missiles from the Russians.
Well, yes, why not? Why do you think that is upsetting Donald Trump because he got the missile from the Russian? No.
He shouldn't be.
No, he is not. Donald Trump is not. If Monsieur Erdogan wants a missile from the Russian, he wants a missile. It's okay. As long as Mr. Erdogan is not aggressive with the other country or his neighbor the way he is.
Turkey, it's a NATO member.
Yes.
As you know, I mean, is unlawfully sending ships
Correct.
to drill here in Cypriot seas, violating the sovereign rights of Cyprus and international law. So
Yes.
how does the U.S. deal with the situation, given that there are U.S. companies here in the Cypriot seas?
Yes, okay. Let's put it this way, okay? Monsieur Erdogan is NATO. He's attacking other NATO, okay? He does, all right? So he is breaking the law. The United States is not the chief of NATO. You have other nations that should get together. It has to be a common agreement between Donald Trump cannot be the only one saying, hey, Monsieur Erdogan, NATO is NATO. No. It has to be a common agreement between all the NATO people against Turkey. You are out. That's the way it's going to happen. If he keeps on doing that, you will see. It's my feeling that Monsieur Erdogan will have to pull back a little bit, or maybe much more than what he thinks to do. Otherwise, what Donald Trump can do about that is he can ask the other member of NATO, but he cannot be the one taking the decision by himself.
Although I want to underline that there are U.S. companies in the in the exclusive economic zone here in Cyprus.
You have to know that in the United States, most of the business are private business.
True.
And they do whatever. It would be a total different ballgame if the State Department, who was sending American company in Turkey, but by the American law, any private company has a right to deal with whoever they want to deal. If they want to go in Iraq, they go in Iraq. If they want to go in South Africa, they go in South Africa. Except if there is a common agreement with some country that the US are not allowed to deal with this country. It's not the case with Turkey yet.
But I'm trying to understand, I mean, how the President Trump is thinking. Is he considered Turkey as an ally? as a friend?
I think he's considering, to tell you, I think he's considering Turkey like somebody very difficult to deal with, somebody that has done a lot of bad things, but somebody that he will, at the end, win over. He will win over Erdogan. There is no doubt about that. Donald Trump has never, is not a loser. He will put Erdogan back to his place.
Do you believe that in Trump's presidency, international relations of United States are in better shape?
Much better shape. Because Donald Trump, as I told you, Donald Trump is a man of peace. Donald Trump is a man anti-war. I can tell you because I was in New York in January 16, 1991. Donald Trump was there when the bombs were dropping on Iraq. And Donald Trump, looking at those bombs, he said, they are crazy. They are going to destabilize the Middle East. He was totally against that attack on Iraq.
Although when he had the chance 2 months ago, 1 month ago, he sent the Marines in order to take out the leader of ISIS.
Yes, to kill them. But sure, ISIS is an enemy. Okay? There is some enemy like ISIS or Daesh, you cannot deal, you have to get rid of them. That's
another story.
That's another story. You are touching terrorism. You are not touching relation between one country to the other. You are touching people that are here to destroy you. So if you don't destroy them, they will come and kill you.
Because, you know, all the actions of the US policy
yes.
Tried to deal with terrorism.
Yes.
That was the excuse. That
was the excuse. But
it wasn't the main reason, you say?
No, the main reason is if you go back a little before, you have to tell the truth. Donald Trump inherited an America that created terrorism. Mm-hmm. Okay? So he has to deal with that. And he knows that the leader of those groups, ISIS, Daesh, you name them, you have them, they need to be destroyed. Because otherwise, they will keep on growing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he promised to make America better for the Americans since day one of his election. Do you believe that today this goal has been achieved?
Already, yes. Already, America, the economy is blooming. The unemployment is at the lowest. The stock market is at the highest. There is more job in the United States than there is candidate to take the job. He brought back the mining and the coal situation. I'm telling you because I visited those coal areas. That was a total disaster. It was a third world country. Mm-hmm. He brought them back to life. We had 30,000 jobs within 3 months. You know, it's economically, America is doing, I will say, the best it has been doing since 50 years.
How do you comment the relation with Russia and Vladimir Putin?
I think Vladimir Putin is the Trump of Russia. Vladimir Putin is really somebody, a president that we have to respect. He did a lot for Russia. And I think Monsieur Trump and Vladimir Putin can get along together very well. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of, when you have between two leaders of strong country, people that respect each other, that think that, okay, I'm talking to somebody that is equal to me. It makes a lot of difference mm-hmm. in the relation.
How are the government and the Republicans dealing with the procedures underway in the House of Representatives regarding the Ukraine issue?
Ukraine is a big deal now. Now we talk about Ukraine because of the impeachment. It's the news all over. It's all the Democrats and the leftists. They're trying, and they have been doing that since day one, since the campaign, during the campaign, since he gets the presidency. Anything that President Trump will be able to do is something to criticize. Now, Ukraine, it's also the United States that started the mess in Ukraine. It's John Kerry going there way before Monsieur Biden going there. What can you say? You have to say the Americans started the mess and now Donald Trump has to clean it.
Okay, let me finish with this. You're in Cyprus to participate in this symposium, the Syrian crisis and its consequences in our region, organized by Cyprus Mail.
Yes.
What do you think the outcome of this symposium will be? And would you say that these kind of events are useful, are good to happen?
I think it's very important for a few reasons. The first reason is we do have in the United States and in Europe a lot of problem with the media. A lot of problem not only with the newspaper but with the TV that are lying, not only lying but making up story and attacking people with nonsense. So when you have a newspaper from, I will say, a small country that is will try to be an independent, conservative, tell the truth, I think this should be brought up on an upper level. Because this is very rare. Most of our television, most of our newspaper, you take the New York Times, oh my God, it's a joke.
Okay.
But what they say the readers are going down the drain. The viewer of television, nobody believes them anymore. So now if you try on a little level, because Donald Trump is the man of the little people. Donald Trump is the man of the little people, so if you have somebody that will start something, it's going to be a new start.
Okay, let me underline this. We are television,
yes,
but we don't like fake news. I'm telling you this.
Okay. So you have to tell the fake news is something, it's every day. Not only fake, but make up lies, things that never happen. Usually when you open your newspaper, you want to see what happened. Here you want to say what they think will happen. No, it's not good.
Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.